What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing a very exciting video. Not necessarily something that I ever thought would ever be on my channel, but I had the opportunity to, and it is DIYing pens. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck does that mean? As you might have seen in the thumbnail, I had some pictures of the types of pens that I'm going to be making. I'll also put them up flashing on the screen here as I talk, but basically you buy the bushings, you use a lathe, and you cut out the wood that goes around the bushings of the pen. I'm making them for, well, making 2 or 3 of them, depending on how much time we have today, for my boss. He likes to use a old-fashioned fountain pen, and one for me. So let's jump right into making some pens. Alright guys, so as you can see as I'm starting, that I'm just kind of whittling away at it. You'll get a closer up angle in a moment, but this whole video, at least is the majority of me doing the work, is going to be in fast forward because it just took entirely too long for me to obviously put into a video. So we start with blocks of wood that we had glued on and done a lot of details that I couldn't get on camera onto the barrel of the pen, and then I'm whittling away at the cube to make it more like a cylinder. As you can see now, we're in a little bit of a closer up angle so that you can see that they aren't quite cylinders yet. There's still some flat edges going on, so I'm just going to work away at those until they're cylinders. If you know anything about working with a lathe, you'll notice the tools that I'm using are kind of all over the place. My husband's cousin is who was helping teach me how to do this, and he said that anyone that knows what they're doing was going to consider that some of the tools that I use as cheats, but you know what, I don't care. It was my first time and it made it way easy. They have a carbide bit on the end to help kind of chip away at the wood, as opposed to the traditional blade or whatever it's called. I don't know the technical terms, but I did use a more traditional tool for flattening out the edges to get it more flush with where it's going to connect with the pen on the end of each of these barrels. So you'll see there's 2 strips of wood here, or 2 blocks of wood I'm whittling away at. They are the top and the bottom of the pen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And the wood that I decided to do for this is called curly maple. I think there's another word for it, fiddle something, but it's super pretty, as you'll see in the finished product, and it was super easy to work with if you happen to think you want to get into working with a lathe, which after this I might want a lathe when I get my own house. Definitely not right now. I definitely don't have time, but yeah. The next step is, of course, sanding to really smooth it out, make it as bump and, I don't know, flaw-free as absolutely possible. Let me tell you, I did this for a lot longer than you're seeing right now. And then after that, we start with the finishing. The stuff that I'm using, which I'm showing, but it's so fast you can't even see it, is a super glue, actually. Did you know that they set the finish of a pen with super glue? I didn't know that. But anyways, it's a type of super glue that you put it on and then you spritz it with that spray that you saw, and it makes it like set like super fast. And then at the very end here, after you do that, my brother-in-law, or not my brother-in-law, oh my gosh, my husband's cousin kind of helped with the finishing at this point, which you wet sand the super glue down to really get the finish good, and you keep repeating back and forth until it's all finished. Okay, so we are at the next day. I didn't have time after I got done with the pen to film and show you the final product, so here we are on the next day, outside again in this terrible smoke. I shouldn't be outside. I don't know why I decided to film outside, but anyways, I want to show you the final product of what you just watched take quite a while. It took all day. Here we are. It turned out so good. Those like lines that you see is actually the reflection in the wood that I chose to use. It's so pretty, and it has like this beautiful detail on the end of the pen, and of course the little bitty rhinestone there. And then it unscrews, and it's a fountain pen. I don't know if I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, but my boss likes to use fountain pens. He's been a doctor or an optometrist for 47 years, I believe it is, and he's been using a fountain pen the entire time. So I decided to make him a fountain pen. This pen is massive and extremely heavy. I am going to be making him another one that's a little bit smaller. We just ran out of time. Like, I was going to make two, but I just ran out of time. So anyways, this is the final product. So pretty, so awesome. So excited to give it to him. And yeah, I'm super excited with how it came out. I will link the company that I bought the stuff from in case you happen to have a lathe and want to make your own pen or buy a lathe and get into it. I kind of had way too much fun with this and maybe buying a lathe in the future. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to stick around, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!